Okay, so there's a lot of talk in our country, your former country, about Celebrini and Bedard perhaps being part of the Olympic thing. And I'm watching Wyatt Johnston and saying, why are we talking about Wyatt Johnston? I watched him again last night, and I'm going, this guy, and I know why he didn't get picked for Four Nations. He didn't have a great start last year. But Wyatt Johnston should be considered, don't you think?
Absolutely. And, his former coach is going to be on that staff, and Pete DeBoer. I know John Cooper thinks the world of him, so there's that. But you have all these voices and opinions and what they're going to be looking for. Like it's unbelievable though, isn't it? Like, a guy like Scheifele wasn't on the team last year, and you start looking at okay, do you leave him off again in order to have Celebrini or one of these kids? Like it's a luxury, but at the same time, man, what a difficult decision. But I don't think there's any question that he's in the mix, in the conversation. He's an incredible young player. Like he's mature beyond his years, both off the ice a little bit and certainly on. He lived with Pavelski for a couple of years. That helps. Just through osmosis, you're going to get, that Mensa hockey player conversation going on. Although he said they didn't talk all that much about hockey at the house. I think it helps. I'm sure there were times, and his cognition, like on the ice, like he can figure stuff out in a hurry on the ice, and really lightning quick hands. He's become stronger. Like you can see it on his faceoffs, and he's a good defensive player. It's not just a one trick, one direction thing, but the competition is incredible. I'm glad you brought him up though, because he certainly deserves to be one of those guys that they're like, I don't know if we can leave him off Team Canada.
And by the way, Jason Roberts should be on the American team. So,
are they playing on a normal size ice over there?
No, it's actually smaller.
Oh, really?
No, well, it's a hybrid, right?
No, they've screwed up.
Really?
They built it 6 feet shorter. It's 190.
Come on.
It's 194 by 85.
So it's going to be the odd or Chicago Stadium or
yeah. They made a mistake in the construction
and they can't fix it.
And they can't fix it.
Well, that might change a few conversations too then, right?
Yeah, well, Doug Armstrong was trying to when we had him on a couple of weeks ago. He's saying, "Well, where do they take the 6 feet out of? The neutral zone or the inside the blue line? Or where do they do that?"
Right,
and that changes if you've got a puck carrier who loves to go through the neutral zone. You don't have a neutral zone. That changes things.
Last I checked, the puck carrier in Boston did very, very well with the Boston Garden ice surface.
But he just kept it. That's why.
That's Bobby. Yeah.
Well, so did Ray Bourque.
Sure.
I remember when I was in Hartford, when Bourque was at center, it felt like it was a scoring chance in that little place. And it probably was on me. But to Jason Robertson, it's interesting because look, the knock on him always and forever is going to be his skating, right? And so you get on Olympic size ice, and that would be, one of those strikes against him, I guess, that maybe he's not gonna be able to get around. I see a lot of Rob Brown in him. Brownie wasn't the most fluid skater, but he had what I used to call loose puck speed. If there was a loose puck, he was getting to it. I just watched. And I think Robo has a little bit of that.
I just watched Jason shoot the puck, and I'm saying, "Oh my God!" Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody shoots the puck better than that. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, he's shooting it into goaltenders too much right now, but he's squeezing off an awful lot of them. And they have him playing on the Stars top line with Rantanen, who I believe is a shoe-in for Team Finland. You guys both on board with that one?
He might be on the cusp.
I'm going to wait for December.
Johnston in the middle, and they're driving this team right now.
Yeah.
What do you appreciate about Mikko that you didn't know?
How engaged and competitive he is within the game. I seeing him in Colorado, I was always enamored with that down low sauce show that he would put on. He was such a amazing playmaker from deep in the zone. But to watch him play like the big man game in areas where you need that, and then sort of morph into those just feathery hands and set people up in that. But almost every shift, like that competitive nature of his is on display. And he's dragging other people into it right now. Like, he's a big physical beast. He'll get into confrontations with guys on the other side and chirp a little bit. I didn't see that when he was in Colorado. Maybe he did it, but didn't see a lot of it in our games against them.
All I know is that within 12 feet of the net, if he's got the puck, I think it's going in.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it again last night.
He's so good with the puck in traffic. Like, he's unbelievable with the puck in traffic, where guys would bumble or lose it, or it would end up in somebody's skates, and he just dangles through that.
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge facing Gully, Glenn Gulletson, in taking over?
I think
from
he's facing it right now.
Yeah.
You know, last night he had 3 of his top 4 centers unavailable against Draisaitl and McDavid. You know, like, yeah. And he hasn't had his captain yet this year. So it sounds like he's trying to get this team to, well, the biggest challenge right now is start better. They're behind 2-0, 7 minutes into every game, it feels like right now. They're digging themselves out. But he would like them to turn into more of a team that can maybe change their style a little bit on the fly, and not just be like a pure rush team, because rush goes away in the playoffs, and they need a little bit more come playoff time. And they've adjusted how they play defensively. You know, everybody is trying to mimic what your squad out there in Vegas has done. And at least some concept of that. It feels like the Stars are going in that direction a little bit. So there's been some changes that have, at times, again, I get back to my word transmogrification. You can get that, you know, you can change things up with some horrifying results. And we saw some of that early in the season, but they seem to be getting a handle on it a little bit better. What
does doing the game at Jerry World mean?
Oh, that's incredible. Incredible. I mean, it is the iconic stadium. I mean, they're the most prominent, valuable sports franchise on the planet. Here's the other thing too, John. Like, you know, we had the game at the Cotton Bowl, which was incredible and steeped in history, fully outdoor, all that stuff, and it came off wonderfully. This is a different animal.
That's not what Corey Perry thinks, but that's okay.
Yeah. Did you see that 14? Did you see the thing today?
No.
The LA Kings did the montage of 1,400 games for Perry, and he's in every uniform, and the Stars uniform is him turned around walking off
the perp walk?
The Winter Classic. It just has 10 Perry on the back, and he's walking.
Anyway, so just the whole thing that is as big as we think it's going to be in 27.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm wondering if they have the potential to break the record for attendance, right? That they had at the Big House in Michigan, because AT&T Stadium is gigundo, humongous.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's sort of the entertainment capital. It's Jerry World. And the other thing it does for us too is it gets us right in the heart of the Metroplex. So you have Fort Worth over here, you have Dallas here, and you have Arlington in the middle, and that's where the stadium is. So it's a wonderful opportunity, I think, for the franchise to at least for one night to sort of incorporate the entire Metroplex and not just in the Dallas area or South Dallas where the Cotton Bowl was. So I think it's just a phenomenal thing. They've earned this, right? Like you gotta do some things right in the Winter Classic to get a second clap at it, and they're getting that now.
Who would you want them to play?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's a good question. You know, do you go with more of a, you know, what are the biggest cowboy football rivalries? You know, is it the Flyers? Is it New York? Is it something like that? You know, how much do they want to drive this thing? Do you keep it more of a sort of Southern Belt thing? I don't know. I don't know who the perfect alignment would be. It was the Predators at the Winter Classic. You know, they had played in the playoffs the year before. You know, maybe it's Colorado. Colorado would be a good opponent because they have some recent playoff history, and there's long history between the two franchises. I don't know. It's a good question.